Hello, welcome to another episode of Living Lives with Khalid. Sorry I've been MIA and haven't posted anything in a while. It is because, unfortunately, I caught Corona. So this episode is going to be a special one because I'm not going to have a guest, but rather I'll talk about my experience with Corona, how it's been for me, what symptoms I faced, what helped me, and in hope that this could help some of you. I mean, I pray that none of you would catch it, and if you do that, you'd be asymptomatic. But I'm here to share my personal experience, and hopefully it can help. So let's start with how I caught it. I believe I caught it at a dinner. I caught it from someone who sat next to me. We were a group of 6 to 7 people. Of course, this is just my guess. It's not for sure. But we were the only two that got corona. No one else on the table had COVID or caught it. So it's very strange how the virus works. Some people, I don't know. I was unlucky, but at the same time, I'm glad that my friends didn't catch it. I actually didn't know that I had corona up until I want to say third or fourth day symptoms because my first thing is that I couldn't sleep. So no matter how hard I tried, no matter how exhausted I was, I even if I turned off all my cell phone devices, music, podcasts, anything that I had in the background, I couldn't sleep, and that lasted about 50 hours. So for 50 hours, I literally couldn't sleep. If I did, it would be for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I'd be awake again. So that was the first weird thing that I noticed. So I guess my body might have sensed that there was a virus. I have no idea. I just couldn't sleep. And so after that, I started feeling a little bit of a sore throat. It wasn't even a sore throat. It was just an itch in the back of my throat. And the thing is, I didn't expect it to be corona because I didn't sleep for 50 hours. So I thought, okay, this is exhaustion now manifesting on my body. And so I felt exhausted. I felt tired. I had a little bit of sore throat. Like I said, I felt heavy. The only reason I actually got tested is because unfortunately I saw my dad the first day and the second day that I had symptoms. Fortunately enough, I wore my mask the entire time I was with my dad. I was very adamant on that because I was seeing a lot of people. And since my dad is late 60s, I was worried about him since he's in the risk category. So I never took off my mask. And thank God I did that because I actually had corona and we were in the car together and we hung out for a bit as well. And so he's fine. He didn't catch it, like I said, and so I took the test. I expected it still to be negative. I thought I'm gonna be fine. And 12 hours later, I got the text that hey, you're positive. Um, Now, of course, at first it was shocking, a little bit scary, don't know what to expect. The scariest thing about this virus is that you don't know what symptoms you're going to get. So from the get go, I'm like, am I going to be able to breathe? Am I going to be able to sleep? Am I going to be able to go out? Am I going to lose my sense of taste and smell? Anyone who knows me knows my passion and love for food. I'm a huge foodie. And so I was worried about that as well. And then I was like, you know what? It'll be cool. It's gonna be a walk in the park. You're 26. You're active. You work out. You take your vitamins. You're Gucci. That was the furthest thing from the truth. It wasn't the most difficult thing I've experienced in my life or the worst pain I've felt in my life, but it was by no means easy. If I was to categorize it, it was probably top three things, worst things that happened to me in sickness wise. Especially the most frustrating part is that it lasts 2 weeks, right? So for 14 days, you're out of commission. So I'll start by going through the symptoms that I faced and what helped me, and we'll go from there. Yeah. So I first day, I only felt a throat. This is after being diagnosed. So I've already been quarantined 3 days. And fourth day is the day I got the test result. So that's when technically you start your quarantine period from the day you test positive, which is 14 days. So the first day I didn't feel much except exhaustion. I was just super tired. I couldn't get out of my couch. I didn't have energy. And I was feeling not anxious. I'm not a very anxious person, but I was slightly concerned. Especially at first, I was more concerned about being quarantined 2 weeks rather than the actual virus itself. Then I had to remind myself, Khalid, you're about to fight a fight internally. So just mentally be okay. After the exhaustion, the first day and the sore throat a bit. Now the second day, that's when it started properly. My throat, I got super sore, but it was an odd type of soreness. So it was my left tonsil, or it felt like not my tonsil only, but rather my left throat, including my tonsil. And it only hurt when I swallowed. And the weird thing is that it's not a normal type of sore throat. Like it feels a bit different. And it was connected to my left ear as well. So I could feel it all the way to my ear. Every time I swallowed, it would hurt a lot. And that was worse when you first wake up. So it's like any sore throat, but much worse. Because when I woke up, I remember I couldn't, it hurts to breathe. I couldn't speak. There were days where I woke up and I immediately took the Panadol. They tell you you're supposed to have some food before, but didn't care. Just took three off the get go. Just I wanted the pain to be gone. And it was, it's odd because you just felt like you needed to continuously swallow. It's ironic because you had to swallow to feel the pain, but it makes you want to swallow. So it's very weird. And that was the first day, and then it the third day or the second day on the third day, sorry, on the 14-day period, I ended up getting back pains and really, really intense back pains. And it was, the way I would describe it would be the size of my fist, but it would be like 12 fists in different areas in my back. And it felt like squeezing pain. It felt like a combination between muscle and bone pain. It didn't feel like it was unique to one. It felt like both combined, and it just felt like it was squeezing and tensing. And it was very difficult to get up. My only trips were from the couch to the bathroom or from the couch to the door to pick up my food delivery. Those are the only two things. I was trying to eat as healthy as I could. I ate so many acai bowls. I ate omega bowls. I tried to have protein. I tried to have fruits. I tried to have veggies. I ordered fruits off the get go. So I had at least 3 apples a day. I had oranges. I had strawberries, blueberries. So I tried to at least try to support my immunity system as I'm fighting this. And I continuously, just to let you know, before I caught it for 2 months, I also was taking vitamins. So I was taking zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, and garlic, odorless garlic, to strengthen my immunity. And I was already eating healthy as well, and fruits and everything. So after that pain, I felt like I was crippled. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. This was only the third day. I still had so many days to fight. I had 11 more days at home, and I didn't know what to expect. And it's odd. That's, I think, the biggest thing is that not only are you in pain, but at least in my experience, I was in pain, but also I'm wondering, is it going to get worse? Luckily, I caught a fever, but my fever lasted only about, I want to say 30 seconds, maybe less. I didn't even take medication or anything. I just had a spike and then it dropped within 20, 30 seconds. So it was a very, very quick one. And every day the throat would get worse. So the pain would intensify. And every morning is the worst. I think by the 5th day morning or 6th day morning, that was the most unbelievable throat pain I've ever had in my life. And it gets better, I would say, after 45 minutes of waking up. It still hurts, but it's manageable at least. But the first 45 minutes of waking up is that grace period, or that period where it would wasn't grace period at all. It was super painful. And you just feel like you need a lot of water. And the thing is, like, every time I drink, it hurts, right? So it was counterintuitive. And as I was saying, it just, the not knowing what's going to happen was the scary part. Um, so far, the only symptoms I've had were the back pains, the throat pain, and the exhaustion. By day 6, 7, I started feeling neck pains, and it was quite similar to those back in sense of squeezingness. But at the same time, my head felt heavy. And just to take you through my first 7 days as well, what I did, the biggest cure, or not cure, but the biggest remedy and relief that I had was after drinking tea. So I had chamomile tea and I had ginger lemon tea and I added honey to it. And so at times turmeric as well. I boiled the turmeric with the water, threw it in there, put some honey, the chamomile, and I would drink around probably 85 cups to 90 cups that 2 weeks. I always, 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 as when I was awake, I had the cup. There was no way, there's no other way. You felt so much relief from tea. It was crazy. It felt like the holy grail, or some crazy medicine, because it was really uh, the most useful thing to have at home during COVID was the tea. I know some of my friends, the salt water gargling helped them. For me, it didn't really do much, to be honest. Besides that, it was sleep. You sleep a lot. Like you sleep at night, you sleep during the day, you sleep during. I would say I'd be awake 2 to 4 hours maximum, and then I'd fall asleep. So every 2 to 3 hours of me being awake, I'll have to fall asleep again. Um, by the way, just as a note as well, I forgot to mention in the beginning, I waited 2 weeks post my recovery to film this because I wanted to see what were the effects after, but we're going to get to that later. Um, and so, lots of tea, lots of sleep. By day 7, 8, I had the neck pain and I was exhausted to a point where it hurt to be exhausted. My entire body felt destroyed. And I was just laying on the couch all day, not doing much. I mean, I had no energy to do anything. The second you get up, go to the bathroom, you're like, at least I was destroyed. I just wanted to sleep. I just wanted to lay down. I didn't want to move. I just had zero energy. Day 9, I felt great. My throat was starting to go down. I started getting energy. I felt energetic. I was like, fuck yeah, I beat it. I started walking around on my phone, and then I realized I was still getting dizzy and tired when I walk around. So I was like, all right, don't have to walk around. Let's just sit on the couch, play some video games, watch some TV. And I felt great. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to have anything. I beat it. This was either day 8 or 9. I don't remember now. But the next day, it hit me again like tons of bricks, like a ton of bricks. I mean, um, I did not beat it at all. Not only did I not beat it, my throat pain hasn't subsided. Like it just decreased. It was still there, but rather than pain, it was more an itch. But during the morning, the first 45 minutes, it would still be painful, but not as painful as it used to be. So overall, it decreased. But day 9, 10, I started losing my sense of smell and taste. I noticed it when I was showering because I couldn't smell the shower gel. I was like, this is odd. So I put a lot of shampoo and I tried to smell shampoo, sorry, and I couldn't smell. Put a lot of body wash, couldn't smell. The second I got out, I opened my coffee. I have the instant coffee, so I wanted to smell the coffee beans. I couldn't smell anything. Um, I even went as far as putting a mask. I cut an onion in half and I put it in a mask and I wore it. And I started sniffing, trying to smell the onion, and I couldn't. I mean, I still cried and it still burns, but it's odd because you can't taste anything or smell anything. Um, and but at that point in time, at least for me, I was so tired and exhausted that I didn't care about my smell or taste anymore because my body was in so much pain. It felt just beaten. Um, and again, I was so exhausted that it hurt. And I just laid there. My back was like, people were stomping me, like 3, 4 people just standing on me and just stomping. Um, I felt super crippled. And I just slept. After, I think I took a 4 hour nap. That 4 hour nap made all that exhaustion go away. And I woke up at least feeling energetic and better. So I was like, all right, I'm not better, but my body is definitely beating it right now. There were 3 or 4 moments where I felt uncomfortable breathing. I would describe it as just not as much oxygen would go in. I didn't have trouble breathing because I knew I could still breathe. but I couldn't breathe the same. And so that kind of also caused a little bit of anxiety. And then, when you panic, you can't breathe as well. So that kind of made it worse. So I had to just sit down and be like, all right, Khalid, relax. Everything's okay. You're going to be okay. The signs that like you've already been through 9, 10 days, you felt good on a couple of days or a couple of moments a day and a couple of moments during a different day, you're going to beat this thing. You haven't had a fever and you're breathing. You're breathing. That's what matters. So chill. That helped me a bit. Relax, collect my thoughts. Um, After that, the symptoms were pretty much similar. The throat pain vanished. The only thing that persisted was the lack of smell and taste, and also the exhaustion. And the back pain was no longer pain, but rather heaviness. So it just felt more, no, I don't want to say difficult, but rather more tasking to get up. Um, and those were the only symptoms I had: exhaustion and that back tiredness or heaviness. Um, my taste and smell only left me for about 4 or 5 days. By day 3, I started getting my taste back. It was day 3 or 4 actually. I started getting my taste back. It wasn't like, oh, I could taste, oh, I could smell. It was very gradual. So if anyone caught COVID is watching this, they could possibly relate that. I was telling my friends, oh, I can taste, like my taste is back 20%, 40%, 60%. Like you really can actually accurately, at least what I believe is accurate, see how like your taste buds are coming back. It was very strange. I can taste the hint. I can taste one flavor, but then not the other. I can smell, but it takes so long. Like when I take a sniff, I wouldn't smell for 2, 3 seconds, and then you'd smell that hint, just like a tiny hint. So it's not like you're smelling properly. And yeah, that lasted about 4 or 5 days, and then I got my full, or at least 80% smell and taste back. By the end of it, day 14, they told me you didn't have to test to see if you were negative, because they said after 10 days, technically, you're no longer contagious. After 14 days is the Dubai period of quarantining. You can just walk out the door if you have zero symptoms. So that was odd, especially adjusting to the real. The first thing I did, I went and I got a haircut. But it was weird walking out without getting tested negative again, right? Because I was freaking out, but I looked it up everywhere. A lot of countries are the same. And it's just an odd thing about the virus, right? So I felt like I was in a dream-like world post-COVID. I think that lasted about 6 days. Everything felt odd. I forgot one thing. During COVID, I tried working out during day 10, 11, the day I felt good. Wasn't a great idea. I lifted a bit of weights. It felt good for like 20, 30 minutes, but then after it, my body just collapsed. So if you're going to work out, maybe don't go too hard. My post-COVID life, I wanted to build my immunity back up. And so I wanted to take a break from drinking and all of that, but that didn't last long. Overall, going to the gym the first time was really tough. I couldn't breathe as well. But that got better with every session. Now I've been to the gym 4 times, I think, or 5 times after COVID. Every session is better than the last. My breathing is fine, but sometimes it is uncomfortable. It's not a lot of times, but at times it is. Exhaustion, I think I still have a lot of energy, but every now and then I get more tired. The first few days after Corona, I couldn't sleep. So there was also 2, 3 days of lack of sleep. I don't know if that was related to COVID or not, but those were some of my lasting, at least, or post-COVID. Those are some of the things that were different than pre-Corona. Right now, I'm taking it day by day. I'm going to start trying to do some breathing exercises to help expand my lungs more and try to fix it. And I took a holiday just to change my mind and then try to forget because it was different getting being in lockdown in my apartment was not bad. I loved lockdown period, but during Corona, it gives because I was in so much pain, so I just needed to get out of this apartment. I just wanted to be somewhere else. Um, I think overall, look, if you're young, chances are you'll beat it. Don't laugh at it as it's a joke. I'll tell you it's no joke. I lost 2 weeks of my life. I had so many things planned. I had so many different projects I had to go and pause. It was not fun. It was super painful. And if God forbid you give it to someone who is at risk and it gets worse, I can't even imagine. My experience with it was bad, but I'm eternally grateful that I didn't have a fever and I could breathe, that I could beat it from home rather than go to the hospital. Unfortunately, not everyone can say that. Masks work. I sat with 3 people when I had corona and I had my mask on. None of them caught it. So wear your masks. Don't end your life or pause your life. Would I have done things differently? Maybe a bit. Maybe instead of going out with everyone that I saw, I would, because I was seeing probably 100 people easy. Maybe I would limit it to 20 friends or something, or 15 people, and just make sure that those people are doing the same. But again, it's everyone's bound to get it at some point. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't take precautions. Wear your masks when you're out and about. Stay safe. Keep your immunity up. Sleep. Take vitamins. Eat. I think the vitamins really helped me. And yeah, just stay safe. Be positive. Not for Corona, but just mentally. And know that you will beat it if you do catch it. If you're hearing it and you do have it, drink lots of tea, sleep a lot, and lots of tea. If you're in tremendous pain, take some Panadol. The first few days, Panadol, I took it every day. The first 5, 6 days, I took 2 pills every 4 hours. Um, and then 3 when my throat was in tremendous pain. And yeah, I hope you stay safe, stay clear, and hopefully we'll get over with this. And I know the vaccines are coming out. I know all my listeners are probably split between, oh, take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine. I honestly don't know where I stand myself on the matter. It's not that I'm anti-vaccines. It's just that this is a new method of creating vaccines, and I don't think we grasp the long term effects yet of these vaccines. And so I don't know. Hopefully, though, it'll get better. And yeah, keep your immunities up, stay safe, lots of love. Thank you for listening through. If you have, I will continue posting episodes, new ones soon. Every week you're gonna get back to on schedule. And yeah, lots of love to everyone. And yeah, bye bye.